South Africa has a bad reputation worldwide, and it's affecting our income through these xenophobic engagements. We're burning down our house trying to chase away strangers. Let me give a simple analogy out of it. Imagine owning a company with 100 employees. Good service delivery, employees get paid well. But there's one employee that decides to treat a customer bad and that video goes viral. Everybody's going to believe that that company is trash. Your reputation is mismanaged and is doing bad, and eventually the 99 employees are paying the price for that. There are two industries out of many that have been affected in this regard. Entertainment. We do know of artists that gigs got canceled in Africa simply because of these xenophobic engagements. Now you might say, well, we don't care. Have you thought of the fact that they have to pay their managers that manage their careers, and those managers have families to feed? Have you thought about the South African-owned airlines of which these artists fly in that pay the pilots and the crew members that is on it? What about the money going into South African banks? These service fees are paying hundreds of thousands of employees across the country. What about the producers? They get paid based on the factor that they can get more money to produce the songs that you guys are singing to. Tourism, that's also affected. 700 billion is spent in South Africa in that industry alone. 150 billion of that money comes from investors outside the country. That is contributing to nearly 1 million employees. That's 1 out of 18 employees are from this industry. Well, you say how? Restaurants, hotels, street vendors, township economies, township tourisms, VAT spending. Guys, we need to safeguard our reputations. If you think the 30th of June is going to come and jobs are suddenly going to appear, quite frankly, it's going to do the opposite to the economy. Simply because nobody trusts South Africans to work with them. Now, as I run for mayor, one of the few things I want to do is protect our reputation. We need these jobs. We need these investments. But how can we do it if we are engaging in destroying ourselves, hoping that it will benefit us today?
Hello, good people, and welcome back again to my channel. I am Nasimiyu Nancy, and this is Nancy Reacts. Thank you so much to my subscribers who are coming back. You guys are the real MVPs. And if you're new to this beautiful family, a big welcome. Please press the subscribe button, press the bell so that you will be notified every time we upload a video. Let's get straight into it. My people, we are back again in South Africa. And I wish I had any good news to share with you. But unfortunately, we are coming back with even sad news, with more sad news about South Africans and what they are doing to their fellow Black brothers, to their fellow Africans. For those who do not know what I am speaking about, June 30th was an unofficial ultimatum date that was set by the anti-immigrant groups, demanding that all foreigners, and Black foreigners to be precise, should leave South Africa. And as we speak today, more than 13,000 foreigners have left South Africa voluntarily, and others have been forced out by deportation. The scenes, the events, the pictures, the videos that we are seeing in the streets of South Africa, they are heartbreaking, they are sickening, they are so disgusting. Especially knowing that the South Africans are doing this to their fellow Black brothers. They are doing this to their fellow Africans. And if you do not know what is really happening, or you are not updated yet with this news, I want us to get into some videos so that you may get a clear perspective of what is really happening or what is really heartbreaking. Just seeing women, children, men are being forced out of a country that they have known as home for so many years. But they claim that they are undocumented and they should go. My question is, so once they go, will there be any good health services provided once they go? Will your businesses now thrive? Or what is really the goal of all this? Let's get into some videos.
Being xenophobic is a lot more like being a narcissist. Think about it. A narcissist believes he's better than everyone else around him. He pulls everyone down just to make himself feel superior. Xenophobia works in a similar way. Instead of judging someone based on their character, you judge them based on where they come from, the language they speak, the passport they carry. At the root of both is the same dangerous belief. I am better than you because of something I didn't earn. But none of us chose where we come from. None of us chose our nationality. None of us chose our tribe or our ethnicity. Those things were given to us. What we do choose is how we treat other people. A person's kindness, a person's integrity, work ethic is far much better than a place they call home. If we want stronger communities and a better future, we need to stop seeing other people as us and them. Because judging a person based on their bad place instead of their character makes us losers. Choose humanity.
Not right, especially what happened. No, I don't like it.
You don't like this
And then
marches?
after, no, I don't like it.
Why?
And then after that,
Why don't you like the marches?
the people must go. And then after that, we have children from the foreigners. And then after that, the foreigners must go. Who's going to support the child? I can't support the child alone. So the foreigners must go. So it's better. Take the foreigners, take the child with the foreigner. What him?
And to everyone that contributed to today's march, you are no better than the people or the government that was running this country during apartheid. This march was led by hatred, fueled by xenophobia. There's simply no other way to put it. There's no other way to put it. Today was embarrassing. It got to the point where my area, inside my neighborhood, literally shops are closed. Barber shops closed out of fear. Out of fear. You have put fear into the lives of innocent people trying to make money, to hustle, to put food on the table, to keep the lights on, to keep a roof over the kids' head. All in the name of hatred and xenophobia. This is the most embarrassing day in modern South African history.
They took away the Zimbabweans and foreigners who were selling apples and tomatoes on the streets. Said, Mabahambe, let them go out. After they chased them away, no South African went to that space to sell tomatoes and apples. Abantu base Alex were saying, hey, you know, we now travel long distance to go and get tomato.
Were you disappointed in South Africa getting up to the elevator?
No. I mean, our people exercise their right to protest, which is enshrined in our constitution, and we must applaud that. For the most part, the protests, the marches were quite peaceful. Only a very few incidents. It could have been much worse. And I was very pleased that we were able to hold extensive consultation with a number of people. And we brought to bear the need for peace, need for orderliness, and that's exactly what we had.
Anything worried you?
No, I was not worried. I was actually quite relaxed. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
So South Africans have the right to protest, and they can march in terms as provided for by the Constitution. But South Africa have no right to take the law into their own hands. And as we have indicated before, there's nobody who's going to do a shutdown of this country. And we must be very clear about that.
I think South Africans are fighting the wrong enemy here. We should be fighting the systems that have been there for years, for ages, and they have failed to work for the citizens that put them there. Seeing you guys say that the foreigners are the reasons as to why you are not getting jobs, as to why you're not able to run businesses, guess what? Once the foreigners leave, if you are not a person who loves working, if you're not a person who knows how to do business, you will not be able to do the same. I think the foreigners have really contributed so much into growing your economy as South Africa. And I'm looking forward to the day where all foreigners just decide to leave the country and completely go and leave you as South Africans alone in your country. And then you will see what will become of your economy. You will see what will become of the streets that are of the businesses and of everything that was being handled by these foreigners that you are chasing away. I think the government is also in support. The South African government is also in support of these anti-immigrant groups. Why do I say this? We just saw the president of South Africa say that every citizen has a right to protest. I 100% agree with that. But why do we not see the same energy being directed to when there is vandalization and destroying of property, when there is looting of shops all around? Why do we not see the same government stand and just say that that is not right? Do something about it. Why do we not see that? One will ask. One thing that my people you should understand is that xenophobia or xenophobic people are the same as narcissists. And who is a narcissist? A narcissist is someone who sees everyone else or sees the people around them as less important, and they see themselves as more important, always right, more deserving as everyone else that is living around them. And this is not any different with the xenophobic group of people. Because now the xenophobic people in South Africa now see every other African country as less important. And I do not see any difference between them. Honestly, I do not see any difference between them. They are seeing that they are more important than every other country in the continent of Africa, which is not true at all. Every country, as small as it may be, has a very important role to play in Africa. Nobody benefits from violence. Nobody benefits when we see innocent lives being lost. Nobody benefits when we see families being stranded in the streets, when we see families living in fear, when we see families being chased out of this country. Nobody benefits. It actually brings a very negative consequences, because it draws a very negative picture about you South Africans. When one potato is rotten, then the whole bag is thrown away because it will be rotten. So it is a bad picture even to the foreign countries out there who wants to invest in South Africa. And I do not think that xenophobia or just chasing people out of your country is a solution. The solution is way deeper. Choose the correct leaders, bring out all the leaders that are not doing their jobs, and demand that your government works for you because it is your right. The consequences of all this will be pressed down, shaken together, and running over. It will not be as business as usual. You will not like it. You will not love it. And the saddest part is that no African country will want anything to do with you. I do not think that the problem you're facing has been caused by foreigners. It is rooted deep in poor governance. It is rooted deep in systems that are not working. And you will see this so clearly once every foreigner that you're chasing has gone, and now you have remained as South Africans alone, and you just look around and see that, oh my God, we are still facing the same problems. We are still going through the same challenges that we used to go through, even with foreigners in our countries, or even worse, because now there is nobody to help you grow your economy. One thing I will leave South Africa with is, I will leave you with this. Please put it to heart and remember that a person's kindness is much better than the place they come from, or than the place that they call home. If we want stronger communities, if we want a better and safer future for our children, then we need to stop seeing other people, other communities, other countries as less important and less human. Let us choose humanity. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you so much for always being here. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And you, if you have not pressed that subscribe button, please do so right now before you leave. Thank you so much, and God bless you. God bless Africa.